we are a little bit stressed. We are fast. We do things fast. We're always chasing our. We're too late somewhere. So we make stress ourselves really easy. But I think it's the strongest part I want a student to feel is belonging, that the school is for them. Like I have a class with the students that just started, and I'm their supervisor, big class, of course, and I always ask them, did you choose right? Is this a school you wanted? Is this are you in classes you wanted? Because I think it's really important that the students feel like they're doing something they want to do. Doesn't have to be something they're going to do in the future. It should be something they like to do now, because we have no idea how the work, how jobs are going to be in the future. So if a student likes his education and the classes the student is in, I think that's very important.
Ég sá þig síðast og ég veit ekki hvernig mér á að líða. Betur en ég bjóst við, ég fer alltaf skólið.
So my job basically is to meet the students every day. I have appointments, maybe 10 to 15 appointments a day, 30 minutes. And most of them are, I'm helping them schedule their studies and organize. And sometimes they're having trouble in one course, and we figure out what the problem is. And I will contact the teacher sometimes, and sometimes I need to contact also the psychologist or the nurse or someone outside of the school if it's a social problem. So it's a very broad spectrum that we counselors work on, but mostly it's regulating the studies and helping them with that and figuring out a way to do it the most pleasant way. And what we empathize here in Tækniskólinn is that the students feel heard and they have someone to come to, and also that the parents and the teachers and everybody who works here are together. It's a community project to put a child, because they are children when they start, first at school, and then to see them through the entire school process and eventually graduate. It's all our duty. The parents, the teachers, the counselors, the people in the office, it's our job to make them feel good. And communication, good communication, that's the best thing, to feel good and to feel heard, I think.
One hand loves the other so much on me. Stubborn me.
Well, I think so. I mean, many students come here because they have an idea, want to make something, and not necessarily based on what they're learning or something assignment or something, but they maybe came to visit and saw something they like to do, and then we say, okay, no problem. You want to make a T-shirt or a little keyring or whatever, even though it doesn't really relate to what you're studying, no problem. And also, if they don't want to write a long essay about something, they can take video. Or there was this one group that made a song about the solar system. Because they didn't want to write an essay, so they got a permission from the teacher. They wrote a song and then made a video. But, I mean, it's a different way to hand in your assignment. So that's what they wanted to do. I think it was much more fun for them to do than write an essay. Essay is fine for some people, but not everybody. So, but the teacher has to be open to say, yes, okay, you can hand in your assignment that way, and not just a written assignment or something. And they also learned how to take a video and or a song, or maybe they learn how to make a podcast or whatever. Not just learning how to the assignment, but it's sort of a different thing. But if you make something and you can go home to see, I made this with my hands, I always think that's more fun. And sort of, it makes sort of students appreciate more what they're doing and the process and sort of and learn. I mean, you make mistakes, you don't.
I think schools in Iceland are probably more relaxed than in many other countries. And I have a friend who moved from the United States, for instance, and she says it's just completely different. It's just much more relaxed, and students, it's not everything is based on sort of fierce competition and so on. So you can relax more. I don't know what the reality is about non-stress schools. For my part, I would wish that there was less stress, not only in schools but in life in general. I think we should try to slow down. We should learn from the Italian sit-slow movement, and but there is a lot of, just also, okay, so maybe we can look at it from two different perspectives. One perspective is from inside the schools, what's going on there. And then there is the discourse about education from outside. The outside discourse is a lot about competition and education as, securing a good place. It's very neoliberal, very sort of competition-based, and this is likely to generate a lot of stress. From within the schools, there is emphasis on the well-being of the students, and I think a lot of teachers are trying to sort of generate a good learning environment, relaxed learning environment. But then, these things are, pulling in different directions. So, and then in the middle is the student. And then in 2011, we had a new curricula. There was a sort of general sections defining the 6 pillars of education. And this was the same for preschool, primary and secondary, and after secondary. These 6 pillars were the same for these 3 levels. So from basically 2 years old to 20 years old. Little books published for each of these pillars. the school setting is, we want them to feel good, but we still want it to be a school. So the school should, has a specific role. And one of the roles that the school has is to provide students with knowledge, to help them develop certain skills, to cultivate certain attitudes and values. So maybe we can have these three things. There is knowledge, there are skills, and there are attitudes and values. And this is what school is supposed to be about. There is, for instance, if you go to a soccer training, then it's not so much knowledge, and it's very specific skill, and there is also quite specific values. And I think the students I like the idea that students have a right to powerful knowledge. I mean, some knowledge is very powerful, and I think everyone should have a right to that knowledge. At a certain point in time, also a certain point in Icelandic educational history, meritocracy was a movement towards equality, because before what controlled access was wealth, basically. So people were saying, well, shouldn't be what controls, who gets, say, into power, but it should be merit. And so those who are skilled, they should get the work that requires the skill. So the idea was, it was a good step, I think. So going sort of, because so the move towards meritocracy, I think, was a move forward. It was a move towards more just and equal society. But then comes the question, so how do we measure merit? And merit is not something that, we just born with. Merit is something that we get from, for instance, from going to school. We get, the way we measure merit depends on our history.
Yes.
And so instead of having an equal society, we have a society which favors certain histories, certain backgrounds over others.
To create an environment that it's good to be in, first of all. And okay, what does that mean? Does that mean a stress-free environment? Maybe not always, because this is school. There are a lot of topics, a lot of assignments, deadlines, so things can be stressful. But first and foremost, it should be maybe comfortable to be here, good to be, good places to sit, but also facilities. It helps clearly if the facilities are good, or if this environment is good to begin with. The classes, the teachers, and the relations also have to be must be good as well, because if you don't feel good in a class, it's hard to feel good. So I sit down with them, talk to them. Okay, here are you now, and to finish the project, you can blah blah blah. I don't do it for them. I just lay down the steps and help them gain confidence that this can be done. Sometimes you can't, then we just sit down and okay, it's too late. But at least I sit down and talk to them. And I think that's important, that communication between teachers, students, and of course amongst the staff. I think that's an important thing of feeling good. That is the relations within the school.
Hi, my name is Linda, and I'm studying graphic design here at this school. Like, I don't know how to explain, just the teachers here are very chill and really understanding. And there's one kid that is over this department. She's really understanding and nice, and if anything is wrong, you can always talk to her. And yeah, I just think to have a good teacher and good environment. Yeah.
When I came to this school just last year, I quit my job and came here. I didn't really know what to expect. So, for example, talking about going to the toilet, one of the first things I did was raise my hand. And teachers would say, "Why are you raising your hand? You don't need to ask if you're going to the toilet. You just go and come as you please, and it's your responsibility." And I think that's very good with this school, is that it kind of functions like a small workplace. The students feel that they're coming to a workplace, not just a school. So the responsibility is theirs, and it makes things, I think, more relaxed.
La domanda. To feel good at school, I think the most important thing is to have a good relationship with your schoolmate and teacher, to have funny and happy days at school.
Feel good at school, to me, in my opinion, it means wanting to go to school, wanting to go to classes, to learn new things, to I don't know, to have friends, to have fun. Also, not only learning and projects and getting home tired, but getting home happy after even a long day of school. I would never thought I'd be here. Prova 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
For me, feel good at school, it means that you have to leave the school like a sort of home or house, where all the people that are going around, the students, the teacher, but all the people is like a family, and everyone helps each other like a family. From this project, I learned how to use my social skills in a different country, in a different way.
Okay. Feel good at school for me. It's really important by the teacher. If a teacher can share her knowledge in a way that you like, it's better, and you can also understand much more as another teacher who use a normal way to communicate. In our school, I think it would be better to have much free time so we can relax and let our brain relax, and so it could be helpful for me and for the other person who live the day with me.
And I like the contrast between like the person and then the table and the water, the waves. So it's everything is moving, everything is like there is no one, but in a moment there could be someone. It's like very dynamic to me, this world.
Okay, so I take this picture of this lake. I like the contrast between the nature and this building. I think it's
for me, feeling good at school means going to school, but without even noticing. You're going to school, but you meet your friends and you're spending the day together. You're learning, but you're not feeling the pressure of tests and teachers. To improve things in my school, I would try to reduce the gap between the teachers and the students and make that relationship more close, and maybe give the students more freedom to experiment with new stuff, maybe not related even to the school, but just experiment new subject, new courses, new projects about different topics that we don't talk about too often during the school year.
To me, feeling good at school is a concept that implies that the students feels to be a part of the school, not just as like a student, but the student needs to have some power, some thoughts, and it needs to be like brought up and used as a topic of discussion. The student's opinion needs to be considered more, and that's why I feel good at school. It's a very, very important topic, in my opinion.
E23 for reporting as the aircraft is ready for departure.
So when I asked the student, are you happy to go back to Italy? Nobody said yes. They all said that they want to travel more and more and more. So once you get the right motivation, you understand you can do anything. You can study, you can work, you can plan your future. And this is the motivation that Erasmus can give to the students.
The Erasmus+ program is a very big opportunity for students because they can learn a lot abroad. And this learning process is not only related to school environment, because obviously they can learn new skills, new methods related to the subject that they study at home, but also they can improve like in the personal soft skill, and it's something very valuable because they can improve in the ability to cope with unexpected events, the ability to speak a different language in order to cooperate with others, and that's something very, very important. For this reason, I think the Erasmus+ program is like a boost for them, because when I see them at school back home, They are really, really different overall in terms of focus and motivation. It's like they have something new, like new tools and new skills that allow them to solve problems in many different ways, and this is very valuable, like I said.